Good morning, my friends. This is Angie Stewart. We are here in Conscious Living, and as you can see, we are a little bit late because we had little technical difficulties. So I just would like to see if any of you come live just to confirm you can hear our audio. We were having some issues, and I just want to make sure you can hear me. Hi Mary, how are you? Can you just confirm if you can hear my audio without any problem? We were having some technical difficulties with the audio. Yes? Okay, good. So let's hope it's gonna work without a problem. But we also have a second option if it doesn't work. So welcome. Today, another great day, Sunday. We are going to have our lecture in English. It's a pleasure to be with all of you here. As always, we have to be always donating our time to improve morally, spiritually, and of course, doing good actions and continue our studies as well. So, as always, I would like to read a passage of this book, On the Pathway, the Truth and Light. And the passage that I chose is number 35, Sowing. So let's go. Yet, when planted, it grows. Jesus. It is reasonable that human beings understand the substance of the actions that they practice in their daily activities. Even when they are obeying some rules of the world which compel them to certain attitudes, it is indispensable to examine the quality of their personal contribution with regard to circumstances, as God's law implies that every seed should grow. Goodness sows life as evil sows death. In the first is evolutionary movement in the upward scale to divinity. The second is stagnation. Many spirits from one physical body to another remain on earth with the same failures for millenniums. The incorrect sowing has led them to the so-called death in sin. They spend entire days redeeming difficult debts, but fail again because of doing another incorrect sowing. Their existence constitutes a large vicious circle as evil attach them to the ardent and arid soil of ungrateful passions. Only goodness can offer the recompense of a supreme freedom, since it represents the unique key that opens the sacred door of the infinite to the anxious soul. Therefore, to each new day, let us be careful, for goodness or evil, having been sown, will grow amongst us, according to the laws which rule life. Beautiful passage, and it reminds us how important it is for us to really pay attention to the energy that surrounds us, the energy that are coming from our own thoughts. So we should cultivate good thoughts, positiveness, and anytime something negative comes, let's put it away, let's do a prayer, a quick meditation, and something that can reconnect us with goodness. So it will help us in our path of improvement towards divinity. So my friends, let's do a 1-minute prayer. Please close your eyes. We are in front of a computer, and let's reconnect with a good spirituality, and then we will be able to listen the lecture of our friend Fernanda that she brought to us today. God, our Mother and Father, thank you so much for another opportunity of being here at the Conscious Living family, listening to these beautiful teachings that the Spiritism brings to our hearts. At this moment, we ask you to help us to connect with it, to fully understand. We also ask help for our speaker of today, our friend Fernanda, so she can also connect with her guardian angel, her mentors, and she will be able to show us everything that she studied, and she will be helping us to understand a little bit more about being happy. So important in difficult times, and we are always going through some difficulties. When it's not the planet, it's us personally. So we always need to learn a little bit on how to be happy. Thank you so much. So be it. So, my friends, let me bring Fernanda. Hey, Fernanda, let's see if they can hear you.
Good morning, friends from Miami. How are you?
Hello, group. Can you please let me know if you can hear Fernanda? We were having difficulties with her microphone. Maybe you can hear and I can't. Hello, Mary. Mary, you're my assistant of audio today. Can you hear Fernanda? Let me know. Well, if we can't hear Fernanda, yes, yes, can you hear Fernanda? Awesome! I don't know why I cannot hear Fernanda at all. So, Fernanda, I would like to ask you to do a short introduction. I will put you on. Later on, I will put you on my speaker because I can't hear you at all. So when you finish, I will not be able to hear you. So please, Fernanda, do a short introduction about you, and we are super excited to hear about this beautiful book, Happy Life, and it's a pleasure to have you here with us. And send me a message if you need anything. I'll be right here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The book is Be Happy Today by Divaldo Franco and Joana de Angelis. And I want to say good morning. It's such a pleasure to be here with so dear friends from Miami. And I thank Conscious Living for this great opportunity to talk about this book, Be Happy Today by Divaldo Franco and Joana de Angelis. I invite you all, my friends, to dive into this environment that has been prepared for us and this completely disconnect from the cell phone, enjoying this moment of reflection. And I hope this will be useful and will feel inspired at the end of this, uh, being more determined, more persistent to face our challenges in our daily lives. Like I said, the study today is based on this book, which is a great book by this great mentor that we have. So I want to start with a little inspiring story. And this is a story about a little boy that asked his father, Dad, how much money do I need to have in the bank to be rich? And then his father looked at him and said, Nothing, just live like one. If we think about happiness, we change this little story and say, what do we need to have in life to be happy? And the answer is nothing. Just live like one. Just live like a happy person. Human beings want to be happy, and this is a natural desire from human beings. This is in Spirit's book, question 917. Over 45 million people searched on Google in a specific month for the words how to be happy. That's a lot of people. There is an article in a magazine that stated that 45 million in a specific month search for that, not including ways to be happy or how to be happier, just the words how to be happy. So people are looking for happiness, even in search engines. It's very interesting that people are looking for happiness everywhere. But happiness is not from this world. According to the Gospel, according to Spiritism, chapter 5, item 20, happiness is not from this world. So, will I only be happy when I die? This is actually the antithesis of what the book says. The book says, be happy today, meaning that I can be happy today. But if happiness is not from this world, where is happiness? And the Spirit's book says that happiness of spirits is proportionate to their degree of progress. Only perfect, pure spirits enjoy complete happiness. So, if pure spirits will be happy, and I'm not a pure spirit today, I will be happy one day. But what about me today? There is perfect happiness, and that is the happiness for pure spirits, which is not available in this world, like we said before. But there is also relative happiness, which is available today. And this is what this book is about. How can we be happy, friends, in a world that we live with so much affliction? People in diseases, people in financial problems, disharmony in the family, loss of loved ones, people in poverty, loneliness, isolation. So, how can we be happy in such a sad world that we see in the news every day? Since questions can speak more than answers, I'm going to put some questions here for our reflection. Those are just questions for us to think. Do we embrace negative feelings? Because negativity can be addictive. So, do we always will have negative thoughts, but do we embrace them? Do we welcome them? What are my expectations towards others? Do they need to be adjusted? Because when we put these high expectations in others, we will be disappointed most times. Am I focusing in bitterness, resentment, anger, fear? Am I holding grudges? Am I living in the past? Am I living in the future? Am I living in the present? Am I enjoying what I have? Am I being grateful? What is keeping me from being happy? If we are driving a car and we pull the handbrake, the car cannot go. Do I have a handbrake active? So, thinking about those questions, let's talk about some obstacles for happiness. Uncertainty. Will uncertainty stop me from being happy? Do I live in fear? Because what hurts us is the lack of preparedness to face the unexpected, not the fact itself. And life is fragile, meaning that I am living my routine and then something happens and I have to readjust. But if we consider that God is in charge, Jesus is leading us in this path, we have faith, we feel stronger and humble. We better prepare for uncertainty. I like an expression by André Luiz that says, search for the truth before it surprises you. So if we prepare for the future, we can better handle with uncertainty. What about changes? In this book, it says that changes are an invitation to beat accommodation. Unforeseen events take us out of our autopilot because sometimes we live in the autopilot, and changes can take us out from our comfort zone, can make us grow. It's a push to help us to progress, and change is for the best because we learn new things. Do I lack self confidence? In this area of social media, we compare the others with their picture perfect uh, with our backstage. So we know all about us, and what we know about the other is that their life is perfect. Grass is greener in the neighbor. We should consider that this is just looks. We really don't know what these people are passing through. They have challenges, but the challenges may be different from ours. So we should never compare us with others, compare our backstage with their stage. One day we will cheer with their achievements, but today let's just use them as inspirations because we really don't know. And we should really boost our self confidence in every victory. Let's talk about diseases. In this area of a pandemic, this book says that diseases are invitation for realignment with our Creator. In chapter 29 of this book, they expand and they say also in the gospel that diseases can accelerate our progress. Every hardship is a trial, though not every trial implies a prior fault, meaning that we are not guilty because of diseases, but we will grow if we take them as an opportunity to grow, to progress, and as an invitation for realignment with our Creator. What about ungratefulness? Sometimes we cannot be happy because we have ungrateful people in our lives. And at this time, we have to reset our expectations because this is related to high expectations. We find happiness in loving, not in being loved. This is really very hard to understand sometimes because love defines us, which are the ones who love, not the recipient of love. Love is all about us, not about the other. Feeling love describes us as loving people, and ungratefulness will have their consequences. If people cannot respond love with gratitude, it's because of their problem, not us. If friends, if we are good people, if we are a good parent, good spouse, good friend, good community worker, good activist, a good Christian. This defines us as good people, not the ones we love. So, am I conditioning my happiness in someone else? If somebody is grateful and I cannot be happy. So, sometimes we say, oh, he doesn't make me happy, she doesn't make me happy. We are relying on other people to make us happy. They don't know what we need, what we want. So, depending on other people, expecting them to make us happy is not realistic. We should not rely our happiness in our spouse, in our kids, in our therapist, in the universe. We are our own heroes. And we should take this path that God prepares to us. But He prepared to us, but we are the ones who must take this path. The obstacles do not block our path, they are the path. If we think about a road that we are walking and then we see a rock and we have to detour, the rock is there, the rock is the path, the rock is not keeping me from taking this path. The biggest barrier in this path is ourselves, is the obstacles that we put for ourselves, our internal conflicts. They block our path. But the good thing is that if we are the ones who block the path, we know all about us, that's good news because we know the enemy. It's not somebody else. So we can better deal with this challenge. Are we having a hard time taking our challenges? How are we taking them? Are we taking them heavily? Are we taking them lightly? We have examples in history about people that take their challenges in a brave way, like Beethoven wrote his last symphony when he was already dead. Are we expecting people to cure us, or we are taking an active approach in our challenges? Are we accepting challenges that we cannot change, like the serenity prayer, or we are going to the spiritist group expecting to be cured? Are we postponing facing our challenges? Are we in denial? Are we avoiding really facing them? Because when we postpone commitments, we are prolonging concern. We are just waiting for the future, for future happiness. So we cannot be happy today. Are we postponing happiness? We are postponing life. We are just cleaning the house and putting the trash under the carpet, but the trash is still there. The house is not clean. So at some point, we will have to face our challenges, face our problems, face our difficulties. And the best way out is always the way through. So let's face it today. Friends, what about materialism? Sometimes we get stuck trying to reach or get something like in a relationship, or we want some money, we want a degree, we want a baby, we want to be the most beautiful person taking care of our body. So we have wants and needs, but are we making an effort to deserve them? Sometimes they cannot be ours at this point, and we keep trying. Sometimes we really have to reflect if this is the best way for me, because we are praying and they are not coming. Maybe God is seeing that we are not ready for some things at this point. So we have to reflect on that. Are we focusing too much in ourselves? Are we trying to be the center of the universe in our looks, having the perfect body? And in the Spirit's book, it says selfishness is incompatible with happiness. So when we are the center of the universe, we'll never be happy because we are not interacting with other people, with the community. We are not expanding our horizons. So focusing too much in us will be an obstacle for happiness. And friends, how are we spending our time? What are our daily habits? Who are we serving? Are we having intoxicating thoughts, behavior, negativity, overeating, eating our problems, or going to shopping, trying to fulfill ourselves with shopping, with games, with binge watching? We should have a more balanced life, taking care of our mind and our body in a healthy way. Friends, what about feelings that are in the past, feelings that are in the future, like, for example, resentment, it's in the past, regret is in the past, guilt is in the past, ungratefulness in the past, grief, but anxiety is in the future, fear is in the future, uncertainty is in the future. Sometimes we are living either in the past or in the future, but not in today. And today is what we have. If we are carrying a load from past experience, we are carrying this burden, we will never be happy. We should not have regrets because the past experiences prepare us for the future. If we did something to somebody or somebody did something to us, the past should be used as a learning experience, as a reference, but we should not carry this load every day. So in this book, they talk about the power of now, which is a very important subject right now. What we have, what we can control is the now. Now is your moment to shine, according to Joana de Angelis. Affliction is a misalignment with God's laws. We'll never be happy if we detach from God. And moral transformation brings relief from affliction. So let's work in our moral transformation because this is what is going to make us happy, this realignment with the Creator. So, what she proposed in this book is a spiritual detox. Be selective with our thoughts, with our words, with our actions, decisions, company, friends, food, movies, reading, even places. A complete cleanup, mind, body, and soul. But friends, how to start this cleanup? In the book, in the book, Spirit's book, in question 14, there is the know yourself, study your imperfections. So we start a remodelation in our home by with an assessment of what we must change. It's the same. This cleanup will start with us looking at us, looking at the bad habits, the imperfections, and trying to work in them. When we have our New Year's resolutions, we do this yearly. We make the resolutions January 1st and then we check them December 31st. So it's a whole year. And if we missed something, we missed 1 year. St. Augustine in question 919 in Spirit's book invites us to work in our self knowledge, but in a period of 24 hours every night. So instead of 1 year later, we will check this in within 24 hours. We are the fruit of what we mentally cultivate, according to Divaldo Franco. Change your thoughts, change your life, they say in this book. So we should start by trying to cultivate positive thoughts, bring balance and well being for our lives, bring harmony. And think about what am I spreading, because my thoughts can become words and then I am disseminating these words to the world. What am I spreading? So bad thoughts, negative thoughts will come, but what are we welcoming? Um, we should never act under negative thoughts. We should take a break or do something to change this vibration, trying to start training, because Joana de Angelis says that we can train our behavior and thoughts, and this will become our natural behavior. When we see a ballerina or a symphony, they trained a lot before the show. So we can train this and it will become our natural behavior. Do I need to pay back everything that people do to me? Because if we have to be right all the time, we are never going to be happy. It's sometimes it's good to say, "Oh well, just let's forget it," even if it's a small thing. If especially if it's a small thing, we should try to cultivate the joy of forgiving somebody. It sets us free. Forgiveness is something that is for us, not for the other. Let's just forget about it. Oh, well, and put the energy in big things, important things. Focus in what is important. Friends, what about detachment? They say in the gospel that attachment is what is preventing us to experience happiness. This is in the gospel chapter 16, item 14. The excess of things we have create waste, and we don't focus in what is important because we have too many things. And gratitude for small things is more. It's easier when we have less things. So minimalism is like a Buddhist people focus on minimalism can bring us to gratitude. Uh, and simplicity. We should share, donate, or recycle a lot of things that we have at home that we don't use. So, detachment from things of this world will lead to happiness. And attachment is an obstacle to for us to be happy. Attachment to things of this life. We should create a habit of having a better balanced life, physically speaking, like an active lifestyle. We'll have more energy, more to give, more understanding, and a better connection with the universe. Friends, what about our companies, like we said before. Who are we with? How Teixeira tells us that there is a very famous saying that tells, tell me who you are and I'll tell you who you are with. What he proposes is, tell me who you are with and I'll tell you who you are. What are the people that we are electing to be our friends? Who are the people that we are spending our days with? We should be more selective because this influence sometimes is toxic and can be an obstacle for our happiness. We should be with people that are joyful people. Like in this book, in chapter 6, she says that joy shows appreciation for life. We show the creator that we are happy with our lives and always have a smile in our faces. If we are happy, this smile will spread joy. But if we are sad and we have a smile, this will attract other smiles. So it will attract joy. When was the last time that we really had a big smile of true joy, sincere joy in our faces? Also, other reasons to be happy today: clear conscience, according to question 922 of Spirit's book, family in harmony, professional success, good salary, good benefits, enjoyment, good health, the love that we have in our lives, opportunities to work, to study, achievements honestly earned, friends and happy moments, our house, opportunities to travel, good relationships, nature. Everything is a reason to be happy today. And friends, happiness starts with gratitude. Gratitude is a beautiful feeling that is the full circle back to God. It's appreciation of what we have. So if we have eyes of gratitude and look around, we have so much to be thankful for. We have an infinite number of reasons to live in a state of gratitude today. For example, if I see the universe, this beauty, the beauty of the universe, and I think that the creator created this beauty and created me, it's immediate gratitude that will feel. And today we should be thankful for what we have, for the good we have, and also for the bad we don't have. But one day we'll be thankful for even for the bad we have, because this is an opportunity to grow. But this will be one day. Today, let's just be grateful for what we have in our lives, for the happiness. And happiness is proportional to the happiness we bring to others. So let's make other people happy around us, helping, supporting, sending a message, listening, sometimes even silence is bringing somebody happy. So let's be the reason that somebody smiles today. But why some people have all that and they can see it? They are still not happy. What is missing? Then the gospel tells us that the only real happiness in this world is peace in the heart. Earthly happiness can only be found in the delights of the soul. So we are trying to be happy with our life here. But what about the soul? Are we seeking for the happiness of our soul? This is in the Gospel, chapter 5, item 23, peace in the heart. This is provided by a constant connection with the ones above, according to chapter 20 of this book. Prayers bring immediate happiness. The Gospel, chapter 27, tells us about the prayers that are always answered and the happiness that the prayers bring to us. Friends, we search for happiness because we want to be free. And in John 8:32, it says, know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So the freedom is in the truth, and Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. In chapter 30 of this book, they invite us to reserve time for reflection, to feel his presence, his inspiration. Have Jesus in our heart and feel his presence in our life. Most of us take the easiest door, the obvious one, but let's try to find and follow the narrow door because that's the door to Jesus. That's why so much unhappiness, like we said in the beginning, because people are just taking the easiest path. But happiness is not anywhere but inside of us, according to this book. We don't need anything outside of us to be happy. We have to look inside of ourselves. Let's not delay this because we can be happy today if we just change our attitude and reroute our path. Happiness depends on us. The Spirit's book, question 921, tells us that we are the designers of our own happiness. Put the laws of God into practice. You will not only spare yourself a great deal of grief, but you will also assure yourself much happiness as you can have on earth. So let's take this invitation and the study, like lives, books, going to the Spirit's group, is the inspiration we need, the motivation, the impulse for actions that are the other 50% to feel sense of accomplishment. Because what we're gonna leave here is our actions. People are constantly the arbiter of their own fate. Their happiness will depend on their will to do good. This is in the Gospel, chapter 27. Do good is benevolence, compassion, love, spread good news, help people. So the actions is what we're going to leave here. And the actions is what will be the reason for our happiness. Jesus said, "You are the light of the world." He said in the Sermon of the Mount. So let's open up ourselves to seek this light inside of us and unlock it. So then we're going to light up ourselves, put meaning in our lives, and move in the direction of happiness, starting today. A journey always starts with the first step. So I am starting this journey today. I can start being happy today. I don't know the day of my arrival, but I do know the day of my departure. And that day is today, the day of my awakening, the day of my cleanup, my spiritual detox. Happiness not of this world, I will feel one day when I am a pure spirit. I am on my way, but happiness of this world, I can feel today. This is the message that I had today for you, and I hope this was useful and we can take advantage of this opportunity to be happy today. Angie, are you there? I
Yay!
hope this was very useful, and at least we started our Sunday with this message that is a happy message.
Yes, it's very beautiful, Fernanda. Thank you so much. This makes us to already feel like, whew, yes, I can be happier, and we all can be happier. And exactly as you said, even when the time is difficult, people say, "Oh, but how can I be happy if someone is sick? If I don't have a job? If this?" Well, yes, it's not. We have to really understand that our life it's not going to be forever happy because this planet is a planet of challenge. But
Yes,
if we accept that we can be unhappy, that's the problem. And
yes,
exactly as you said, we can fight this challenge. We can overcome them, understanding that we need them to improve. You know, the Chico Xavier, such a wonderful person, such a elevated being. He had so many challenges in his life since a little child. And everyone that met Chico knew how happy he was. He was
yes,
always smiling. He had all kinds of physical problems in his eyes, in his personal life. So
Yes,
yes,
Divaldo Franco also had
yeah,
many challenges.
exactly.
And Lucas Val Teixeira.
If you guys saw the movie of Divaldo Franco, you see how many challenges he went through, and it's true. So, my friends, we have some minutes here. I see we have friends connected. If you want to ask a question to Fernanda, if you want to make a comment, please feel free to do so. She has some time, and we could continue talking here while you guys make your comments or ask your questions. So, Fernanda, tell us, well, let's continue talking until someone decides to go through here.
All
Give
right.
us a personal experience, for example, something that was challenging for you. I know you are a spiritist for many years. How many years did you and your friends open the center? How many years ago?
It was 28 years ago,
This is
1994.
fantastic.
Because we came to Texas from Rio de Janeiro to study for the PhD. And then when we got here, I didn't know anyone. It was just the university, and we didn't know anyone that would be willing to study together. So we started this group, and at that time, there was no internet. It was to send a letter through USPS, or afterwards there was fax machines. So we
Yes.
started the group with people from the university studying the Spirit's book in the gospel in the university. And the group is today is a very nice book. We conduct lives. We have courses. We have study groups, book clubs. We
Mm-hmm.
have many meetings almost every day for children, for youth. It's very nice. And in Texas, we have 6 groups here. So when I came, I met my husband, and he was going to the group in Rio de Janeiro. That's how I got to know Spiritism, and then we brought this to Texas.
That's really good. That's an example of people. A lot of people say, "Oh, I used to be spiritist, but then I came here and I couldn't find anything." I always say, if you can't find a group already working, open your own. You can always do something. Even if you can't open a center, open a little study group, invite some people, start little, and then it starts like it requires dedication, perseverance. But when there is a how do they say, when there is when there is a will, there is a way.
That's
And
very true. That's very true.
yes.
We are very happy with the work here in Texas. Maybe one day you can visit us here in Texas.
Oh my God, I would love to. I would love to. And it's funny because yesterday a friend sent me some kind of joke that you mark which states you have been, and I thought I had been in Texas, and my husband, no, you didn't. I'm like, really? And I'm like, well, so yes, I have to visit. So you always went to Texas when you came from Brazil.
We
So
have
the
been here
university
for
was already there.
30 years.
Wow.
I was very young when I came.
Oh my God! Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. But I'm so happy. So the group, when you opened the group, was with other Brazilians that were studying in the college, in the university. That's
Yes, at that time, people were studying, they were graduate students. So we got together, we started in Portuguese, and then now we have meetings in English because
yes.
other people want, this is not supposed to be in a closed group of Brazilians, but we expanded, and some people from any nationality can join us.
Yes, yes, no, that's excellent. I think we met many years ago, so I also went to New York. I didn't know anyone, and after a few years, I was able to join a spiritist center there that was all in Portuguese. And later on, me and few friends, we opened one that's all in English. And I stayed there for 10 years, and then I moved to Florida. When I moved to
Yeah.
Florida, I'm like, oh my God, no, my baby, what am I going to do with inner enlightenment? But that's what we say, you know. It's almost like our own children. It's not your children. It's children of the world. The same thing with Spirit Center. So they will continue. They will continue their path. So when I came to Florida, in my mind, I had to work in English because I have been doing this for so many years. I want to continue helping the English speakers. Don't necessarily mean Americans. They can be from any nationality, as you
Exactly.
just said. So when I researched here, Conscious Living was the center in Miami that had the better English program, and I'm like, yes, let's go. And it was awesome. I'm super happy. Conscious Living does a beautiful work and is always helping the community. So many people that do not speak Portuguese, like many of them speak Spanish, and they do not understand Portuguese, but they understand English. So it's awesome. It's awesome. So very good, Fernanda. Thank you so much for the beautiful lecture. I encourage everyone to buy this book. We have in English, Happy Life. Oh, this one is Seja Hoje Feliz. Is this one translated into English?
I don't know. I bought this book in New York when Givaldo was there, and
Mm,
I really like this book because it tells us that we can be happy today. We don't need to
yes,
postpone or put a condition for our happiness.
exactly.
Like we said, if we have to change our eyes and attitude and try to live in gratitude, and then we
Yes,
will be happy in any situation. We don't depend on circumstances to be happy. We will always find reasons to be happy in any
yes,
situation. So it's a great
yes,
book. But my
yes.
two main books are Spirit's Book and Gospel, according to Spiritism.
Yes. No, and it's true. It's a beautiful. We have always to be grateful. As you mentioned, even when the moments are challenging, when we are grateful, these difficult moments shall pass faster because we are already like learning from it, and we are still happy about it. That it's something there that I need to learn. So very good. So
So
Fernanda,
thank
thank you.
you very much, Conscious Living friends, Susanna, Marcelo, Andrea, and you for this great opportunity to start the day like this. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
it is true. And I would like to ask you to do our final prayer so we
Okay,
can close with this positive energy.
okay, sure. Let's feel this love, this vibration of peace, this lightness of this environment, this virtual environment that has been prepared for us, visualizing the image of our Master Jesus. Thank you, Master, for this great opportunity to be here, starting our day with this message of encouragement. Thank you so much for our lives, for our opportunities to study, to work, to love, to forgive. Master, guide us in our challenges, inspire us every day with your love so we can find the right direction. We can make the right decisions. We can help people, we can love, and we can take advantage of this great opportunity to be here in this incarnation. Thank you so much for everything we have Help us to see more so we will get more. Thank you for the understanding. Thank you for the love. Thank you for your presence in our lives. Stay with us today and always. So be it.
So be it. Thank you so much, Fernanda. It was really, really nice to have you with us. And all the best for you, your group. I'm super happy you guys are presential again. This is awesome. Great,
Exactly.
great news. We miss it so much.
Yes,
So
we do.
I will put you in the background just when I do the final closing. Talk to you in a few minutes.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
So my friends, awesome, super happy to have you here with us in Conscious Living Spiritus group. We had another great lecture on our Sunday in the English. So we have classes, we have studies that are happening online, and if you would like to have more information, please visit our Facebook page or visit our website so you can also join us to the studies that happen, and you can also follow our lectures, and I hope to see you again soon. It was a pleasure having you all here with us, and have a wonderful 4th of July. Bye bye everybody. Thank you.